So let's look at this here because I want to make sure everybody gets this, right? Because there's a couple things that we're trying to do over here. So we got West Valley shout outs here. Oops, WVS, WVS. And over here we have save the doggy, right? STD. Oh, that's great. I'll just put dog. How about that? Dog, right? And then over here, that was funny. Over here, we also have the food. Okay. So we locked in our domain. That was the first thing. We went and created the publication. All right. Now this is cool. Now each one of these, you guys already know, you're going to have a page with the same exact branding. Yeah. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did before. Okay. So we create the page, copy. Could I have made that any more difficult? All right. So we got the page. And then underneath the page, you're going to create the group. Okay. Now all these pages are tied to one profile. So what does that mean? It means every single one of these pages, when you are active enough, and this is what Connie's trying to crack the code to right now for you guys. We got so many tests going on. But this right here, guys, that means every single one of these pages can be monetized from Facebook. Facebook will just turn around and pay you to start posting on these pages. Make sense? So West Valley shout outs, the dog, the food. Jace, you got to bring me something? Yep, just like this. Okay. Now, when we start looking at SEO, okay, these things right here, how many of you would agree that it's going to be very, very easy? There's a bus that rolled. I don't know if you saw this, Tony, but there's not a bus. There's an ambulance that rolled on the 215 last night. Did you see that? As we were going to bed, I told her, I said, hey, you should make an article real quick. Make an article real quick, right? There is a local news thing here in Vegas. I don't know if I can find it. I can look where those stories are always hitting. It's called News Alert, I think. And those stories are always hitting. And it's so very easy just to go grab those stories and boom, make an article, make an article, make an article, make an article, make an article. Why? Because every single one of those articles have schema attached and they appear on the sitemap, and Google's already got your sitemap, so it knows every single time you do an article, right? So we're over here and we're doing articles over here, okay? At the same time, we're doing articles over here. At the same time, we're doing articles over here. So look at this trilogy that we're building out here, guys. Now, here's where I just freaked out this morning. And I was like, oh my God, this is too good. What happens if we take this article, and I'm going to make this a different color to get the point across. What happens, actually we'll make it a yellow color, right? What happens if we take this article and we put it over here on West Valley Shoutouts? And then what happens if we take a West Valley Shoutouts article and we put it over here on this food one? Is this making sense? So the black part here is its own native articles, and we'll talk about the rules that it follows because there are rules. But then what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to take the articles that we have over here and put them on West Valley Shoutouts, and we want to take the articles from West Valley Shoutouts and put them over here on the food. And we want to be able to instantly post articles, kind of like guest posts, in all of our publications that are inside of our account. How many of you are getting this right now? Nope, I didn't get it, Deuce. I didn't get it at all. Didn't even see the question. So that's cool. So we have set it up to where, G, am I correct? This is live, yeah?
Yeah.
This is live. You can do this. So this article here, this one here, this here, these are native articles. They follow rules. And what are the rules, guys? Somebody tell me the rules with the native articles. And I'm going to show you this here in a second, right? What are the rules with the native articles? They have to be in a queue, right? They have to be in the queue. So when you create an article, you're going to say, okay, add that to the newsletter queue. And this way, when you go in there, you don't have 5,000 articles that you're trying to go plop, 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 and have your newsletter created, right? So they got to be in the newsletter queue. Guess what? When we're inside of West Valley Shoutouts and we're trying to pull in a food article, I'm just going to give you all the articles. There's no rules. You're going to have all your articles there. You can just pull them in. They're not going to disappear like they do inside the queue because it's serving a different purpose. But when you come back over here and you're dealing with your native articles to the food here, they got to be in the queue. So I'm trying to keep it easy for you to say, okay, I wanted those 5 articles. We got the World Series here in Summerlin for the Little League. I want those 5 articles in the newsletter this week, but maybe I want to go and pull a doggy one in there, and maybe I want to pull a food one in there, right? And so we've made it super, super easy to do that. But when you go inside of here, you still got your native rules with the articles. And by the way, that's not the exciting part. That's not the exciting part. Here is the exciting part. And this is the reason why we have a mastermind, right? Because I learned from it too. The most exciting thing is, what if I told you I'm going to have you click one switch saying that you want this functionality? In other words, you're going to go into the publication, say, yep, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. And when you flip that switch, guys, understand that this over here is, watch this. Y'all are going to love this. Look, this over here is WVS. I need the phone, Jace. Where is it at? And this over here is NL dash. He's developing big muscles, so I have to hold him to that every day. This one over here is NL dash dog. And then this one over here is NL dash fork, something like that, right? So each one of these publications have a tag. Okay, now look, NL dash fork. Okay, check this out. So when I'm inside of West Valley Shoutouts, I'm creating my newsletter. If I pull that article in from the food, and if somebody clicks that article, as long as you have gone and clicked, yes, I want to allow auto subscribe, we are going to automatically assign this tag to that individual. And you guys should have just had a holy crap moment. Because what's happening now, guys, is you are going to build up these newsletters and any newsletters. And guess what? You don't have to go in there and set the tag. We're just going to do it for you. And that's why I was telling the mastermind, this whole trilogy thing, you're getting it whether you like it or not. If you click that checkbox, boom, it's going to happen, right? Now, here's the other thing that's cool. Where you create your articles, we're also going to let you fire off a tag for the article. So that article might be about gardening. That article might be about dancing. That article might be about cryptocurrency. That article might be about health. Who knows? That's your business, whatever your articles are. So you get to tag on the article click for the individual article, but we also know that the article comes from this publication right here. So when somebody clicks this article from this publication right here, we are going to subscribe them to here. And now they're getting this newsletter and they're getting this newsletter because I am super, super excited.